Okay, folks, and we're gonna walk through some of this here, and this allows somebody to make some specific, how do you say, visual effects from a widget. And a widget is the stuff when you see on the left with all the little stuff on there, and you have offsets and different things you can play with. And I'm just going to go through a lot of the default ones so you can see some of the ideas. And here's what you input, and this is what you output. Okay. Now, as we scroll down, you get different things. Like you could put this on like a planet, and then you would have a Jupiter kind of setting there. You can do different things with it. Okay. You can change all these different things here, canvases and stuff like this. Like you got this here. You can put this here, and it'll change how that looks. Right. Okay. I'm just going to put that back to that because I'm going to just go down to a few more of these, and you can see different, they look different, they act different, and stuff like that. Has explosions. I wanted to show this here because this is kind of a neat thing because you can really, and I could do it over here, you know, it's a neat little, and the neat thing is you can save this. You can save these kinds of things, and then you have the effect, right? Different types of breathing, of course. Put your name in there, and it animates off of it or something. You do some really funky looking effects. You know, there's lots of ideas for stuff like this, right? Right. Think of a horror movie, eh? Now, I don't have to technically draw. Like, as you can see, these are plotted points from where the thing scanned where my mouse was, depending on the speed, right? You could, if you were into the code a little more, plot them out, and then you would have a really funky looking thing in there on the right that gets outputted. Because this is just freehand, right? I haven't gone through all of these yet. I was just looking at it thinking, well, and the other point to make is it's not a thing that you can take into the engine and create a standalone this. You run it in the engine, and then it saves stuff to the directory so you can use these things in a funky way, right? And see, this looks kind of neat. You can change the colors and stuff like that to it as well. As you can see, you got tons of little things here to play with. Yep. Now you can say velocity, not define. You can give it a velocity, and then that depends on the speed. It doesn't have an inputted bitmap right now. And if I put a bitmap into it, that fire would be off of it. So if I put it on the face of somebody, the fire would be coming off of their face. This is part of what's neat about these kinds of things is that this is just without any bitmaps or any meshes or anything attached to them, what it will look like, right? And then you have putting it with a mesh, how it would play around, right? Oh, I didn't put one in there, did I? I should do that later. I'll muck around with this. Like different types of canvas, ranges, frame rates, everything else, blah, blah, blah. Bar, different types. Glow clouds. Now, doesn't that look like, you know, remember that, I think it was, I forget which Star Trek it was, where Kronos blew up and you had those little cloudy bits from the whatever. You mess with this, you put a little color and different things in it, and then you've got an effect like that. You know, just little bits of ideas that I come up with when I see things like this, right? This is the first one. Now that's different though. It's a little too odd. But anyway, all of these could come up with uses for everybody, right? Fireball number one. Oh, so, this one. Those. All right. Now you could put that on a mesh and it would come off of the person and it would look ghosty. I guess it's there. This guy's idea. No idea what this one is. It's the logo. So you can make your name in fire. Now I say this to people because I got a lot of gamer friends, right? Wouldn't that be cool as your name, eh, on your page, right? You know, and I'm allowed, okay, to take this freebie and come to you guys and and help you out doing stuff like this, right? Let me see here. You go not defined, it goes away, right? Okay, you put the logo in there. Let me see here if I can find some stuff here to mess with that. So but you see, you can find out how to do that, right? Right? That's just the end there. Oh, let's see here. What do you do here? See, there you go. That's just the canvas, and that's what it would look like, right? Right? We'll split it back to this, right? Then you just save that, and then it's part of a animation. And then what you can do with stuff like this is put them all together, and then you have it's say in a background, right? And then you have your little intro or a logo or etc. See, you do the configuration. This is how you configure it. So you go down here and you see that, and you see the output, right? And if you save it, it'll put it out in there, and then you got all these little things here, right? Okay. Let's just look through here. Go back to this. So he's got four different things in here. But anyway, so that was the right? And then you got a different type of logo here, right? Okay. Different ways to do different characters. And you can mess with this to be different colors, different flow rates, everything else. And that's these little things here, velocities. You can change all these, right? Okay. And this is part of the, I'm just, like 20 minutes into this thing before I even started messing around with it. And it's kind of neat. And you can set the, um, the rate at which it loops back on itself, right? And then that way it doesn't look, crappy. Okay. This might be a little bit heavy. Okay, so the input puts in a planet. Okay, now this might take a minute because my not top end PC. Okay, so it's going to put in a star. Okay, and it's just showing. Will it do the whole thing yet? Oh, done something here. I can draw on here. I'm wondering. Surface. So that's on the surface of that thing. Okay. So ooh, basic GPU emitters. This is where it gets heavy on your card. basic. Ooh. Smoke. Flame pearl. Color. Color. There we go. That's what I mean about different colors. So you input these little things here, and then it does this. One there. One. And you could do stuff like this, where your configuration, all different things like that. This is a really neat thing that they give us here. I can see a lot of uses for the logo stuff and things like that, which is kind of cool. Let's see here. This is Pyro. Oh, that looks cool. Ooh. Woo! Didn't expect that. Turbulent scale. That looks different. Turbulent flow map. Ooh. Almost like could be sitting on top of boiling water kind of thing, maybe. No, no, different. Ooh, there it is. There we go. There's your Stargate. See, now I can make my own gates, portals, everything, right? And see, you got him. Let's see what I got for scale. Not define that one. Do more with it. Colors from it. Samples and scale. Okay. Let's have a look more of a look at that. Time. Okay. So you can put different images inside of stuff, and it will flow off of that. Okay. All right. Different. Read that. Get the same there. Now that looks kind of trippy. All right. Wonder where that leads. Dun dun dun. Ooh. Another trippy one. So that's when it's closed, and then you migrate it to the other one. Right? A little bit of an extra animation there. See, there we go, like that. See? You go back to this. See how it migrates? like that. That's kind of neat. Go back to the portal here for a minute, see if there's some kind of a, okay. Okay, so verify. Same kind of gradients. That's stronger there. Okay. More than. The only thing I don't like is that it's coming around on the other side. So you have to scale it down inside a little bit more, right? Which is doable. And that comes at, where is that scale? Just do it like 0.9 or some shit. And then it doesn't get out of there. And then when you save it, it doesn't, yeah. Good. Whoa. Blowing particles right out of its little area. That's, you know, I might be able to use that as the actual Stargate. Make it the color of water. So, play around with that and get it good enough looking. That's one. See, it's got my little mess thing in here. It's kind of, and here you can see the different types of things you can do. Okay. This is about presets. Presets too. And it's teaching you how to go about doing all this stuff. So what it does is it's going to bake or compile these things that it makes and you see, and then you can place them material instances. And it's like, if you look back on Epic's, they got a little race car down, right? That's on a desert track. They actually had some material instances that when you drive over the sand, it does this little thing with particles for dust. So it simulates the dust particles as you drive over this ground. Otherwise, you wouldn't have that, and it just looks static, right? There's nothing there. And that's kind of what this stuff is doing in a sense. It's kind of neat. That tells you where all the directors are. This is really cool. I'm going to be having some fun with this. This could take a while. Preview. Ooh, what's that? I don't know. Imagine that on a wall that looked like it was in Cthulhu, but it was like a green something blowing up the walls. Yeah. Oh, I got a twisted mind. Terrible, isn't it? Oh, oh, oh. Oh, now this looks trippy. You open up a book. This is my new hyperspace. Whee! Whoa. That is just insanely trippy. You can start messing around with shit. Oh yeah. That's different. That would also look trippy on, say, a coffin or something where there's weird particles or anything coming off of it. And, you know. Whoa. Yeah. Like we're gonna fall off the edge of the universe. Oh, now I gotta go the other way. And then what you do, you get down into here. Into hyperspace. Huh. Into fields. Well, huh? We're still in the things. Look at all the old things we can play with here. Oh my. This is crazy. Something for all those physics guys to play with. And you can save it. Save the current setup as material. Okay, guys, I'm going to flip to the next video here. Enough of that.